Hi Gemini, I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Today we're going to talk about the new moon in Scorpio Solar Partial Eclipse that occurs on October 25th, 2022 at 7:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Both the sun and the moon are in Scorpio, and they are both sitting at 2 degrees of Scorpio along with Venus, who is also at that 2-degree mark. So this is interesting energy that we are all moving into. We are officially in eclipse season, Gemini, so welcome. If you haven't joined me here before, this is where we talk about astrology as well as pull tarot cards. Today we're actually going to pull an animal spirit totem card, which will kind of guide us. I feel like eclipse energy is very rare from the standpoint of it really eclipses out something in your world that is no longer needed for you, and this is 18 months worth of energy. As you know, we have been moving through the eclipses of Taurus and Scorpio. Right now on the 25th, we will have this new moon in Scorpio solar partial eclipse, while on November 7th, we will have the Taurus full moon lunar eclipse. So really potent energy going on. So I like to pull those animal totem spirit cards. Also, Gemini, take a look at the eclipse playlist that I do have on Scorpio Soul Time. It documents literally every 6, 12, 18 month cycles that we're going through. Really great to look back on those videos of your sun, moon, and rising sign just to see where you have come, what you need to get rid of possibly since the last eclipse, and also what you've learned. Possibly maybe you have more information now. Do remember though that this 2 degrees of Scorpio, the south node will actually not reach this 2 degrees of Scorpio until May of 2023. So this 6-month cycle could be, this could be the starting, because new moons are like planting of seeds since we're at the very beginning of Scorpio. And then it could take to that full moon in Scorpio in the, like I said, in the spring of 2023 before you actually see like the entire cycle move through. So just keep that in mind. Okay, Gemini, let's go ahead and pull a animal spirit totem card. I love using these, especially around the eclipse cycles, because I feel like these are bigger energies that we're dealing with. Some people witness and feel the energies of the eclipses right when they happen. Some people experience them a month ahead. I've noticed that I usually experience them almost a month to the day ahead of the eclipse. And then when the eclipse comes, I'm like, oh, I already went through all this. So it's always interesting. And some people experience it 1 month to 2 months afterwards. So it just really depends on your birth chart and how the different aspects are affecting you. All right, Gemini, so let's pull an animal totem and see what is in store for you all at this new moon. So you all actually have the horse, and I love to see where it's right here at the third eye, that moon, and you see that crescent moon sitting right there at the horse. This looks like a really powerful energy, Gemini. So let me take a look and find it in the book, and I will read what horse has to tell you. And if you haven't ever heard of the Animal Spirit cards by Kim Krans, really love her work. She does beautiful artwork, but I also just love the message that is behind all of the cards. So I found horse. All right, let's get that in focus for you. All right, so horse says momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum so reliable, so supportive that you can ride on its back toward any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. physical stamina of exercise, mental focus of meditation are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. When in balance, achieves anything, never gives up. When out of balance, runs away, feels weak. To bring into balance, do strength training. So love to see that, Gemini. And I love the part about momentum and freedom. I do feel like, Gemini, especially you all with that Mars energy that's going to be coming up at the end of October in a few weeks, you all have Mars in your sign until spring of 2023, which is an unusually long time. I've talked about it in many of my videos. You all have Mars in Gemini for 7 months. So I feel like you all have this momentum to really go forth and conquer and do things that you really wanted to do. But Gemini, do remember it is going retrograde October 30th and will not start moving forward again until the beginning of January. So I think that this is like some energy that you need to harness, but not necessarily that you're going to be able to get everything you want at the time that you want it. So just keep that in mind with that Mars energy in your sign. Okay, Gemini, so let's get right into your past, present, and future card spreads, and then we will pull some clarifier cards to see what is going on with you all at this Scorpio eclipse. So in the past, you have the 6 of Pentacles in the upright position. In the present, you have the King of Swords reverse. And in the future, you have the Page of Wands in the upright position. And then let's pull some clarifier cards for this 6 of Pentacles, this King of Swords, and this Page of Wands. And Gemini, another important thing to know is you all actually are going to have you're going to be part of you see that card like trying to come out and you see what card it is? It's that Page of Wands. So you already have that Page of Wands. So I'm going to leave that over here. So some type of messages are trying to get to you, Gemini. Just know that. What I was going to say is there is a grand air trine between Libra, Aquarius, and your sign of Gemini during this Scorpio eclipse. So just be prepared that you might have better insight, better mental energy, better communication with people during this time. So that's a really positive sign. And especially with that King of Swords, that might be you getting a little more clarity at this time. All right, your cards are kind of choppy, so it's kind of interesting to see what's gonna come out here. We already saw that Page of Wands, so some type of messages are definitely trying to get to you, Gemini. All right, Spirit Guides, so let's clarify the 6 of Pentacles. You have that Knight of Wands, so lots of wand energy, Gemini. For the King of Swords, 9 of Wands, more wand energy. And lastly, clarifying the Page of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. Okay, wow. Okay, well, let's just take it from the past. So Gemini, with the 6 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, I'm feeling like you possibly have given to a charity, possibly someone has come to you asking either for a job, resources, money, or maybe this is you have gone to someone else asking them for money. I do feel like with that Knight of Wands, maybe it wasn't as successful as they were hoping or you were hoping with it in reverse. Knight of Wands can often be like rushing into something or possibly just having not everything go the way that you had planned, but it still feels like there's some positivity to it. Like maybe you went to your boss and asked for a raise kind of like in haste, but they were like, well, this isn't really the time, you know, maybe, you know, after the 4th quarter, we'll have to look at the budget, that type of thing. So maybe you've asked for a raise and maybe you just haven't gotten it yet, but it didn't feel like it was like that negative. But I do feel like at this eclipse, Gemini, there is this sense of like more clarity coming in, but it's almost like a little too late. Like you're tired of having to keep asking, or maybe the time has gone past and you still haven't heard anything from your boss and you're like, what's going on? I feel like there's something with this Six of Pentacles where either something was promised to you or wasn't promised to you, or you were expecting something. And I feel like this Nine of Wands is signifying you're getting tired of waiting or tired of asking. So do remember though, Gemini, that you have this energy around the eclipse that possibly you need to like go within and figure out where is it that you need to remove something that's no longer serving you. Maybe you don't need to be asking as much or asking as often. But I feel like with the two Page of Wands here, there's almost like this little message that's coming to you, but maybe it comes in a different way than you were expecting. And I feel like, especially with this Three of Pentacles in reverse, something at work, something dealing with your, whatever your daily practices are of either taking a course or teaching or doing something with a seminar. There's something around other people that are going to come in, and you're going to start getting small little messages that the universe wants you to almost put together on your own. And with this Page of Wands that came out, there's this message that maybe it's not what you were thinking back here. Maybe you were asking for something that maybe you're asking for a raise, but if you got the raise, then you'd have to work more hours. So I'm getting some kind of message like it wasn't going to be what you expected. And by the time you get into the future, this could be at this Taurus eclipse, or it could be 6 months from now, you're going to see this whole conversation a lot differently than what you saw it in the past. So keep that in mind, Gemini. I feel like the universe wants you to have some type of freedom, and whatever you were asking for in the past isn't going to give you that freedom. And it's like there's going to be some kind of clarity and messages that come in that you're going to start putting the pieces together. I feel like this horse is really saying like, use your third eye to like pay attention to the clues, pay attention to the messages that aren't said. There's something around you being able to have more freedom. Possibly you even leave this job. Possibly you move on and do something on your own with that horse, because that horse, remember, was symbolizing you being able to like have full reign of your own domain, like not being underneath somebody's thumb. And so I really feel like, Gemini, you're going to come into your own during this eclipse cycle, and it starts here at the Scorpio new moon. So take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs as well, Gemini. And I think that this is going to be a positive time for you. You just have to kind of go within and figure out what it is you need to harness. Okay, I'll talk to you all later, Gemini. Have a great new moon in Scorpio solar partial eclipse.